Oh,
Wait, but there's still.
but no.
This is like us arguing about time zones, Brice.
No,
we're not gonna get anywhere.
No, but.
Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
And we are back this week with your Survivor News. All three of your favorite baby boys are here. Let's formally welcome the baby boy that is Jack to the Atkins from season 2 of The Circle. Welcome back to the podcast, Jack.
Good to be here as always, Brice. And, we got Wendell back this week, so super excited.
Yes, let's give a warm welcome to the win that is the DZ, the winner of Ghost Island, the first boot at Winners at War, and apparently did not last long on the CBS The Challenge.
Oh, the first boot on the CBS Challenge.
Yes, there was speculation going around on Twitter and on the YouTube comments that you were not here last week because you were on the challenge. Can you speak to those rumors?
I cannot confirm or deny said rumors.
Oh, shoot.
I gotta be extra posting when I go places so people don't speculate. So I was in Jamaica and it was clear that I was posting in Jamaica, and I even brought back some
Aguata.
Wagwan.
Listen, and here's the thing though, Wendell, I'm glad that you enjoyed your vacation, but you do not have to call me 12 times a day while you are on vacation.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, because every 5 seconds, hey, Perp, I'm in Jamaica.
No, you were calling me, Perp.
No. Hey, Perp.
You were texting me, and you were trying to text me with a Jamaican accent, talking about Bumba Clot, talking about Brook up.
Okay. No lies were told there. But anyway, we are back. Season 42 is here. We are covering episode 2. Welcome the Purple Pants Posse. Welcome our YouTube listeners and watchers. If you could be so kind to ensure that you are subscribed to the Brice Izyah YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. Okay. Give this video a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Before we get into all of that, hey, Wendell, do you have any buffs?
No.
Hey, Jack.
You don't got buffs, Wendell?
I do have some buffs actually, but Brice told me to say no.
No, I didn't. Jack, do you have any buffs?
I may have brought a few buffs today, Brice.
Oh.
I got them strapped up.
Yeah.
That's all. I realized I only have red, green, and yellow buffs. I don't know why, but if you want the haul, I got you.
Jack,
I didn't.
I feel like Thanos in this.
Why
gone.
do you have a sleeve of buck? Does your arm have any circulation?
Yeah, so that's why I said, Brice, we got to do this bit fast because I might lose feeling in my left hand. This is just years of fandom.
So are these the buffs that when you met Xander? Is that how you did it? Hey, Xander, you want to see my buffs?
Yeah, I mean, we had that beer pong tournament, like I said, so I was tossed in the whole time.
Oh my God.
You happen to ask, what's on your arm, Jack? No.
Oh my God.
It's like a shooting sleeve, you know what I mean? Like basketball.
Oh,
Wendell gets it.
I don't get that. Is not a
that's not
before I lose my circulation, I'm gonna take them up. But this is the one from South Africa with you guys.
Oh, I can only imagine what that arm smelled like, Jack.
We got the Luzon, best tribe in Cagayan.
Oh, don't do that.
Hey,
can't tell them all, but we do have a buff from the new season though.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so you order buffs too? Like you go.
Some of these are from like the events that I've done. Most of them, so
or you just go to buffs.com and order a buff.
I'm trying to save my bread. This one, I think you'll think this is funny. My dog chewed this one.
Oh,
damn.
My dog ate my homework. And then we got the new John.
Jack.
And then we got the 41 John.
Oh,
Let me find out.
not Jack from Philly with the John.
The John, yeah. Let me find out, Jack.
I'm picking up
knows what he's talking
things.
about.
Oh, yeah. But anyways,
But
I
let's
thought
get-
you would like that, Bryce.
I
With the buffs.
appreciate it, and I imagined the buffs to be on the wall. I did not imagine when you met Xander for you to be like, "Do you want to see
they
my
weren't.
buffs?"
No, I had them in my special buff storage area. Yeah.
I am done. But
Keep them
listen,
on ice.
okay, keep them fresh. But listen, we have our moderator, Wendeezy, back. So let's kick us off. Well, first of all, Wendeezy, you weren't here last week. What are your thoughts on season 42?
Season 42. I love this cast. You got it. The cast is a lot. It's people from everywhere that have done everything. Very diverse cast, and I enjoy them. There aren't any. There are a few or a couple big
Who?
strong guys. Brice. There are a lot of like nerdy types out there too. So I think that this is a cast that we haven't seen a cast like this in a while.
Mhm.
And I do like that. And I like that again, kind of like last season, I feel like there is someone for everyone to root for in this cast. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
I am too. Before we break down this episode, I have to ask Jack a question because our Instagram Live took up a lot of this, and Jack is the know-it-all that Jack has of Survivor. So Jack, if you don't know, I didn't make the merge.
Okay.
And, I was the third boot out on my season. I lasted 11 days. And this thing is going around being as though someone was medevaced and they were technically the first person to go home. There is this people are saying that the person that will go home tonight is not technically the third boot. Now, Jamal was on it, our Instagram Live last night, and Jamal was saying it is words matter. And so I should stop saying third boot. But for me, regardless of what I say, it's still the third boot. And even Jeff says the third person eliminated tonight. So I would just like from you, the almanac of Survivor sleeves.
Timeout.
We'll take it.
You also said someone was medevaced, which wasn't the case.
I mean, y'all know.
Continue.
Okay,
Because
but
words
see,
matter, but continue.
They do matter, but here's the thing though. If you know what I meant, do they matter?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Okay, so someone had to leave the game.
Mm-hmm.
So technically they were not booted, but they still left. And if you are leaving, you are still booted.
Yeah. I think that the person, not to spoil yet, but the person that goes home this episode, I would consider that the third boot, not the second boot. Yeah. But I mean, third person out, I guess you would say.
Okay. So that, and for me, it's very near and dear to my heart. And I trust the person that has a buff sleeve. So listen, over a first merge boot. So
So you just say you want to confirm that this is the correct, boot that you're welcoming to the club.
Welcoming to the club, because this is a very elite club for me. And some people think that I'm joking, but listen, I champion the third elimination club because there are not many third people in Survivor.
There's always a third.
There are not many that can do what your baby boy has done. And I want to champion more people and more love to the third eliminated. It's not the end of the world.
Brice, there are more third boots than winners in Survivor.
Huh?
It's true.
Wait,
If you
no.
count Sandra and Tony winning twice.
Why didn't you make him think about that?
Oh,
we would have watched.
He's
his
still
brain
thinking
work.
about it.
No. But
It's
that's
like, who's Sandra?
but that's not the that's not the case. But no, because they're still winners.
But it's one person that.
But
won
but
multiple
two
times.
things can be true at the same time.
No, Brice.
Bryce is saying that the
There
third
are-
boots are winners in their own right.
Yes. No. Even though there are less people, because then how do you account for the third boot that played in a returning season? Oh.
Wait, but there's still.
But no.
This
no,
is like us arguing about time zones, Brice.
No,
we're not gonna get anywhere.
No, but this is what I am saying. You're saying there are more third boots out. Okay, listen, I'm right. Y'all not. I'm not taking advice from somebody that has a buff sleeve.
You just said you were taking the advice a minute ago.
And somebody that was the first merge boot off of Winners at War. Okay.
The first merge boot. I'll take it.
Now, if this was Jeremy or
There's
Tony,
more of that
I
than Winners
would have
too.
some, it would have some coof to it. Anyway, let's get let's get to
Words
42.
matter. Is that
Anyways.
the title of this podcast?
Words matter.
We got a great Survivor episode to recap.
I need some water.
What we're not doing,
Yeah, man.
baby boy.
Bless.
What we are not.
I'm staying away from this.
Yeah, Jack. Don't say a word.
Words
Respect.
matter.
Bless.
What accent can I? I'll do British.
Yes, to a British one. Okay, listen. The people can't. Well, first of all, let's shout out to the Jack Stan.
There's just one. There's just one of them in it. Just one stand.
The stands that love Jack in the comments, we live for it. It's literally in our group text message that we screenshot it and send it to each other. And Jack gets elated for his stand. So we appreciate
Is it the Jack Hive?
Oh.
Whoa. It's the Jack box.
The Jack box. The Jack box.
Okay.
The Jack circle.
The Jack circle.
The Jack sleeve.
Dangerously close to.
The Jack. So
The
are
Jack
we doing
sleeve.
is it the Jack sleeve, the Jack circle, the Jack box, or the Jack hive? We
Well,
need
We need an
poll.
answer
The
from
Jack Shack.
Oh,
the-
that's another one. Jack Shack, Jack sleeve, Jack hive, Jack circle.
Okay. And so listen,
Or
the one
Jack
member
box.
of the Jack Army, please let us know in the YouTube comments what you prefer to be addressed as because words matter.
Mhm.
And now on to the episode. Can we begin? Permission to proceed.
Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Shall I proceed?
Yes, indeed.
I'ma throw
I'ma throw
shade.
shade
If I can't get paid, throw you up to your girl like an army grenade. You could
Yeah.
slide on my ice like an escapade. And
Ooh.
itchy yaya with the marmalade.
marmalade.
Who, me?
Not
Me? Oh, yes.
Who's he?
I even dig your man style.
But I love your profile.
Whisper in your ear and get you all shook up.
Don't rush.
Keep this on a hush. Sorry,
I know
Jack.
you see me in the
Anytime it's a
video.
little Kim. True.
I know you heard me on the radio.
True.
But
Okay.
you still do. We
Slide
done.
to the left.
Okay. Slide to the right.
I know that one.
Crisscross. All right, listen. If anything is true about the Purple Pants podcast, it's a mess. And welcome to the mess that is the Purple Pants podcast, Survivor News. We are back in action. The baby boys. It's been a while since we've been together. Baby boy, Wendell, what's on your sleeve of this episode?
On the sleeve of this episode, we start off coming back from tribal. The Ika Blue tribe comes back. They just voted out Zach. And Romeo says, we made Tori feel comfortable. That's what we needed to do because Tori was kind of like shaking in her boots a little bit. She was on the chopping block. I think she's going to be fun to watch because she's an interesting castaway.
Does
We
she
get
give you? She reminds me of Sarah Lucina. I feel like a strong. I feel like Tori is strong, and I feel like
I've been getting not the Sarah Lucina, but the Angelina.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's the one.
so
that's
far.
That's the one. Okay. Maybe a mix of Sarah Lucina and Angelina to make a Tori. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Toralina.
Toralina. I hope she leans more towards Angelina because Angelina was hilarious
Yeah.
to watch. I think we're gonna get some good content from Tori. But we had a Tori confessional where she said that she was kind of sad that it was Zach. She felt bad for him, which that's very nice of her. But if it wasn't Zach,
Yeah, it
then
was gonna be her.
I wish I would have had the Tory mindset on Kagiyan.
What was your mindset, Brice?
Me.
Well, then we jump over to the Vati tribe. Vati tribe. Yes.
That was my reminder to submit my exam, but I already did that. So we're all over the place today.
I think that was the alarm stopping me from my Jamaican accent. So
Yes.
I thought it was good. So the Vati tribe, the green tribe, we have Jenny and Chanel looking for food. They find a hermit crab. And I was a little weirded out.
I'm here for it.
You're here for it? Because tell us.
I'm just saying, during my 11 days on the Solana tribe, when we got rice and we found hermit crabs, Jeremiah and I put them in the rice. And our hermit crabs weren't as big as theirs. They were some big.
Those were animals.
Huge crabs.
They were some big boys. And they were able to suck the claws.
Hey.
And however, but putting it into the rice, it made it seem as though like you were eating crab rice.
That's what you were eating.
I mean, what else?
But it was like a delicacy.
It was like a delicacy.
Yeah.
It was like good.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girl Chanel. She was giving cousin Brice vibes because I was out there cooking. I saw her doing her thing.
Chanel, yeah, you got a confessional from Jenny. Jenny's like, I'm a city girl. Chanel's like, I live in the city too, but I guess I'm the provider, so I'm going to provide. And yeah, they started eating the hermit crabs. What I remember from eating a hermit crab on Ghost Island was, I think I got the claw, and to me, it tasted sandy. So I think I had a bad experience the first time, so I never tried it again. But it looked like they were enjoying it.
I wouldn't let that deter me from having another claw in my mouth. But
so what do you guys think about everyone eating and then High is sitting there kind of conflicted?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was sort of the first moment of this episode for me. I really enjoyed it. It was so character driven. We had a lot of great character moments, and this was sort of that first one where we get a look at, High's character as a vegan, that doesn't eat meat, but it also has that dilemma where he wants to sustain himself, and especially with no rice this season, he realizes you kind of got to enjoy whatever the tribe gets, and ultimately he ends up eating it, which I mean, everyone has their own moral stance on that sort of thing, but for me, it's like the tribe is going to capture whatever they can and kill it anyways. So for High, it's like you might as well get a little bit of that and sustain yourself because you're not hurting any extra animals, is the way I looked at it. But I don't know, Brice, what did you think?
I got a question. To that point, I'm sorry to jump before you, Brice, but to that same point, wouldn't vegans, not on the island, if they're sitting at dinner and they're like, all right, that animal was already killed, we're not killing any more animals, maybe I should take a bite of it?
But I feel like that in the general world, I mean, so in the general world, if nobody was vegan, there would be more demand for meat, so that there would be more supply, so the people would then breed more cows or whatever to kill. Whereas on the island, it's a limited supply, so the demand doesn't matter because you're gonna, I study economics.
Come on, supply and demand.
That's about all I know. But yeah, so I feel like it's a little bit different because however many vegans are in the world, that's lowering the need for meat, and so I feel like fewer animals are getting hurt. But hey, that's more steak for me, so I'm not even mad at it. But
very nice, Jack. I appreciate that.
It made me think of you, Wendy, when you were getting ready to go out because you were Presbyterian.
We are naming this podcast Words Matter for certain.
Pescatarian. That's a religion, bro.
I mean,
pescatarian. Or maybe he was Presbyterian.
I mean, he was,
I don't know.
Two things could be true at the
same time. And so I remember
Baptist
and non-denominational. But I remember that was a concern of you because who was your trainer for season 40? Actually, you know what? I don't even want to take that title. But
my good buddy Brice, he'd come over. We'd go swimming. He'd make me run in the pool.
I was in charge of your food.
They give you strategy tips?
Don't do that.
Gave me all the strategy tips.
But you made it
mean out there.
You made it past the third elimination.
Yes.
Wait, was this for Ghost Island or for Winners at War?
Winners at War.
Okay.
We would get up 5 a.m. We would go to the pool. I would legitimately have him swimming in the pool, and I would like time him. We would go running. I would
Coach Brice.
Coach Brice. I was hyped.
You were on the side with a whistle. Go, Wendell.
I really was though, but it was. But that was a concern of yours because you weren't eating meat at the time. You were only eating shrimp.
Mm-hmm. Now, fish. Brice, here's my thing. Can we just say I'm lucky that you didn't train me before Ghost Island?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Because this podcast can take a left real quick because I'm going to keep it cute because words do matter.
Keep it cute. So as we were saying.
But I thought it was great. I thought it was, for me, honestly, seeing Hai somewhat stand to his ground. I love that in his character build. However, I feel like you're on Survivor, and guess what? Like at this point, every little bit matters. Every little bit of piece of meat, everything matters. And I think that it, like, you know, ultimately seeing him get on board with eating it because it would do the best for him and building his strong muscles. Like I thought that it was great.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see him battle that dilemma, though. That's like something we've never really seen on the show before.
And so emotional. And we have seen this before where someone did not eat meat. Now, I'd be lying if I could tell you the season, but
wasn't Ty trying to protect the chickens?
The chickens, correct. Shout out to Ty.
I know on season 40 when I was on the Blue Tribe.
Pre-merge, right?
Pre-merge. Don't worry, I made the merge. But when I was on the Blue Tribe, Selly, we won chickens at some point, and I didn't want to eat them because they were giving us eggs, and it was just something else around camp, like something to look at. But they wanted to eat the chickens, so I said, "Look, it's my vote to not kill the chickens. But if you know, it's a democracy. If you all want to kill them, and I will eat a little bit of the chicken." So.
Yeah. Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go to the Orange Tribe, the Taku Tribe. We have Marianne, this wonderful character of a young lady. She's chopping bamboo. She it's kind of showing this imagery of her energy. She's she talks a lot. She has a lot in her, and Lindsay says that can kind of rub people the wrong way. So I don't know what that might be foreshadowing, but what do you guys think about Marianne?
I mean, I think Marianne, like you said, is a ball of energy, and such a sweetheart for sure. But like Lindsay said, and I think Mariah kind of echoed this while they're out there. You know, you're out there full time with Marianne, it could start to get to be a lot, especially when you're, food deprived, sleep deprived. You're probably a little bit more irritable. So when there's just constant, energy, it's a balance. Because I'm sure when you're out there and you're tired and hungry, that sort of fun energy and someone with so much positivity, that's something that can really keep you going. But a lot of times I'm sure it gets to be a little bit much, just the constant 100% that Marianne, that level that she stays on.
When I thought of Marianne, I thought of Game Changers with Tasha and Abby Maria. I feel like that, yes.
Second
chances.
Yeah.
If y'all know what I meant, but but I appreciate it. But what I am saying is that, like, I definitely, first of all, we love Marianne. I think that she is amazing. I love her energy. I love her innocence, and I love her like tenacity. I think that it can be a lot, and I think that it will rub a lot of people the wrong way. However, if I'm on that tribe with her, that is somebody that I'm going to put my feelings aside, because if I know that she is rubbing people the wrong way, I am keeping her with me no matter what.
Okay. Good take.
I'm a little between on that though, because when I was
your ally.
Well, yeah, obviously, I do think Marianne. I mean, fast forwarding the vote a little bit, not to get too into it, but when you're weighing between Marianne and Mariah, is it Maria? Mariah. I mean, I think Mariah strikes me as someone who's going to be very, very loyal, whereas Marianne has so much energy, and I do think she is going to be loyal. But I could see a situation where, you go to the merge with Marianne, you're starting to get annoyed by her, but all these people that have been watching her throughout the whole pre-merge just love her because she's so funny and so positive, and they get that little glimpse of it. So maybe there's a situation where if Marianne's your ally, like you're starting to get a little bit of fed up with her, and then you hit the merge, and all of a sudden all these other people are like, "Oh, Marianne, you're so fun! Like, come with us, come with us, come with us." Whereas Mariah is a little bit more low key, older, of course. So it seems like she is kind of one of those players that we see a lot of time, that older woman figure who a lot of times is pretty loyal and can end up, bringing them to final tribal council, and someone who's a lot of times is pretty easy to beat. But I mean, that was the debate going on in my head. But I think they're both very good allies to have, Marianne and Mariah.
I just disagree with the mom. The older woman sometimes is not always easier to beat. It like sitting at the final three, they have a great story. So and if y'all are saying that that I'm about to say Abby Marie, if y'all are saying that Marianne, like, oh, you get to the merge tribe and people love her, if she's keeping the same energy, give it a night or two. So I mean, again, I'm just saying, if I'm on this original tribe with her, I'm not going to let that energy scare me away.
Yeah.
There will be a time that I'm going to have to cut ties, and I need to know when to, and when to hold them, when to, I don't know how the song goes.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run. That's all I know.
You never count your money. It's a gambling song. I know it. So,
I got something about Marianne, and y'all might have to help me think this through. But when I start to see this Marianne, this young, energetic person, I start to think about JD. And I think, like, is she almost this evolved JD, where you had this person that was very talkative and everything, but he wasn't making the right plays, and he wasn't, whereas she is, it seems like her talkativeness, yeah, it's rubbing people funny sometimes, but it also puts a lot of smiles on people's faces. So I don't know, there's something to her that kind of reminds me of like JD 2.0, but the JD that can have a better run in the game.
I see that parallel, and I do think JD was a very fun player, but he was kind of infusing his energy into his strategy, and I feel like trying to do too much and try to run the game, whereas Marianne so far hasn't been super strategic, but that's probably to her benefit, because she, whether people love her, whether she annoys some people, it's going to be different, but she is going to be someone that I feel like is much more reliable, and you're not going to be super worried about her scheming behind your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I love that point that you brought up, Wendell. And, every chance that I say it, I'm going to get a chance to say it. We've never seen characters like, or people on Survivor like JD and Marianne. And just shout out to the diversity of this season, that we get to see the spectrum of what Survivor players really look like. So I love the fact that you just brought that comparison up, because you're right. We never saw a Black player like JD before, and we've never seen a Black female player like Marianne. And I love to see it, and I love to see how far she will go. And I want to see what is going to happen of it. But I love to see these quote unquote character types and how they will do in the game. I think that it's great.
It's almost like we're throwing the whole archetype thing out the window,
right?
And you're just grabbing people. And what I find very interesting about this cast, you only have one Black man on the cast, if I'm not mistaken. But we're looking at this cast; it's so diverse. It's a beautiful thing. Like I love how diverse it is, and I think that's just gonna make for this. It's just going to make for an awesome series, I think.
And what stands out to me comparing to 41 is both seasons were great in their, ethnic diversity. But I feel like this season, just the diversity of, like you said, character types, archetypes, like everyone's so different. Whereas last season, I felt like there was a lot of, pairs and things like that, where there's so many people on this season that feel so new and fresh. Like, and it's just so different from the classic Survivor, where you have a lot of athletic people, a lot of attractive people. This season, it's a little bit different. Like, there's not as many athletes. There's more like normal looking people, I guess you would say. And it's really given us something we haven't seen before.
The spectrum of the LGBTQ plus, for me, I love it. It's just, to have a trans man, to have more than one gay player, like, I love it. And what I love is that, like, the two people that come to my mind, like Romeo and Hai, they're completely different. Like they are like, and I just, ooh, it just excites me because it's like, yes, let's break down these stereotypes and and High came to play. Romeo been surprising the heck out of me. And I'm here for it. Sorry. Okay.
And there was once a time where there'd only be one LGBTQ person on, and now this is showing the diversity of that community. Like, I think it's beautiful. But if we shall move on a little bit on that same Taku Orange tribe, we get Omar saying to the tribe that he's Muslim, saying he'll be praying, saying that he doesn't have sex, he doesn't drink, and Jonathan says, if you have any questions about Christianity, you could ask me. And
baby boy, for me, allyship, I think of this. When Marianne said, do you want me to pawn from you a prayer carpet? Like, for me, that it don't get no better than that. You don't have to understand, you don't have to believe, but to show respect. And not only show respect, but like, Omar basically saying like, hey guys, I pray. And when the sun comes up, I don't want y'all to think that I am looking for idols. I love the honesty. And I love Marianne stepping up to say like, you want me to make you a prayer pawn from? Like, I love to see stuff like that because it's like, model for us what the world should be like, please.
And I think he might have even said after 9/11, the world changed, especially in America, toward Muslims, and for Survivor again to show his story, to show the kind of person he is, the things that he does, show him smile, like show all this beautiful imagery and of all these different people helping him out or just being there for him. Hey, like you said, Brice, allyship. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for you. And here, as Marianne did, she made him a prayer carpet out of palm fronds. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, this Orange Tribe's been amazing to watch because I think they were so I feel of all the tribes and a lot of the tribes we've seen in recent seasons, they're almost the most cohesive group. We see even last night, like it really seemed difficult for them to have to vote someone out. Whereas other tribes, they're kind of always scheming and everything. And there's such a cohesive unit, which is great to see because they are from all different backgrounds that you would never necessarily expect these 6 people to come together and really click like that and have those like campfire chats all together where they're having a good time. And I think that's sort of just the epitomization of what we're really looking for and what we're enjoying in this Survivor season in 41. So it's definitely been really awesome to watch. And all those dynamics. I mean, you have a Muslim man, young black girl, a trans man. You have the Hulk, Jonathan. Like it's just, you just got a little bit of everything. So.
And just shout out to the baby boy Omar, because a little birdie has told me that he is a member of the Purple Pants Posse.
Okay. All right, Omar, respect.
It's an Omar Stan podcast.
Might have to be. We'll add him. He's in the list of contenders for this to be the Omar Stan podcast. So if we move on, we then go over to the Blue Ika tribe, and you have Drea pulling Tori and Swathi to the side, saying that she wants to do a girls' alliance and sharing that she has an extra vote. What do you guys think about that?
I was rooting for you. We were all like, I like Drea. I think that she is she reminds me of a Desi Williams. She reminds me of a Tasha. But my thing is, girl, are you a fan of the show? I just feel like first of all, I'm a player that roots for the girls. Like, I want a female winner bad. However, I feel like 26 days, a monster of the show. Like, you got to be mindful of that. Like that, I think I was even talking to Jack about this. Like, one, now you're betraying High and Tori. So now that's a whole nother target on your back for even revealing this. And now I feel like it is a lot of power, and I don't feel like she should have revealed it this early.
I completely agree. I don't mind her going to the girls and just trying to get that set up. Like, why wouldn't you? You know, you have 3 girls to 2 guys at this point. Just put it out in the water. But the way I view advantages as a potential player is I really never want to share my advantages or my idols. And I could see situations where it makes sense, but the worst time, and we've seen this on 42, we've seen this on 41, the worst time to reveal an advantage to someone is as a method to pull them in. If you want to make an ally with someone, go be social, make that ally, and if you feel like you need to share it with them, you can share it with them, but don't go up to someone that you're not that close with, be like, hey, I got this. Oh, I just gave you information. Like, I trust you now. We're close. Because as soon as you reveal any advantage or idol or anything, that it's either going to be you go to the end with those people, which is rare, or they tell other people about that information, and then that information is going to get used against you to your detriment. So it's just like, for me as a player, if I were playing, the only time I'd ever reveal an advantage or an idol is say, I need to make a big move, and I have, an extra vote that's going to swing the tide, but my allies don't know that, so they don't, want to make a tie or whatever. So I go to them, I say, hey guys, got the extra vote, we're good to go. And then they're gonna be like, okay, like perfect. But as soon as you put it out on day 3, now you got to go 23 days where you either completely trust these people, like I said, not going to happen very often, or that information is going to get spread and now everyone knows about your advantage, and half of the power of the surprise of it is completely wasted. So it's just a bad move.
And already with the amulet being not really that big of a surprise, it's more of a target on your back, because it's
I don't think she revealed the amulet though.
No, but
the extra vote she got from the prisoners dilemma game. I think, right?
I thought, okay, you're right. Sorry, words matter. But also, just real quick, Jack, when we was in South Africa and I got the idol, did I reveal it to you?
You did.
Oh, okay. And did you stab me in the back?
No, I didn't stab you in the back.
Okay,
I stabbed Ramona in the back.
Oh,
and it didn't work out.
But you ain't tell me about the move that you was making.
It's different.
How it work out for you though?
I don't know how it work out for you. I mean, we both lost.
I mean, I came.
I was just a fan. I had my buff sleeve. I was like, I gotta make a move. Gotta be independent. But no, well, in that situation, like we were.
We had already game, so we had trust. Yeah, we had trust, and that was like solidifying the trust that I should not have had in you.
Whoa. And I will say, going back to that whole thing, like I didn't realize that idol had to be used by Final 7. So if we had that information,
I knew it.
I would have played it differently. Yeah, I mean,
okay. Sounds like there's some unfinished business between these two about South Africa. We were all there, but I guess the two of them just are still beefing about it. Listen,
you got smoke in South Africa too, when DC.
The last pre-merge boot. he's just hugging the. He won one though, so you're doing all right.
If we need to go there.
Sorry, because Spicy Brice came out and cussed Wendell out.
Yep.
Jack was the moderator.
Much like this episode.
Yeah. When Wendell stopped talking to me, Wendell was like, fun. Jack, talk to your boy.
Get your boy. Was it the blow dart challenge?
Yes. Yes, I was pissed. Sorry.
I was throwing.
That they were throwing. And listen, Wendell's like, we gotta allow the fans to have some fun. Excuse me, I'm a fan.
Screw the fans.
Okay, I come to play. Spicy Brice was, first of all, I was ready to end the friendship there. Okay, I really was, and good thing Wendell had knew me enough at that point, because I was hot, and I'm. Okay, I'm getting hot now.
Wendell just needed his nightly massages from the fans.
That's when they were Wendell-tized.
I didn't get any massages out there, but
I feel like I remember. I don't know. Maybe the smoke from the fire had my vision blurry, but
that is right. They are bringing you blankets and food.
Okay. How about this, Brice? Remember when my tribe won and we went to see the rugby game, the rugby match?
No.
Okay. I was actually going to ask you about this if I could. When you pulled me aside, you said, Jack, you're my ally. Here's a little biltong that I stole for you. I really did you do that with like everybody though, or was that
I did it with
just me?
you and Jack, with you and Brice.
Oh,
You ain't
okay.
pulled me those.
Because I was like, it would be a really smart social play to just do that with every player, and then so I didn't know if
Yeah.
you were up to something, but
I smuggled some food out for y'all.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate that.
You ain't tell me this is to build no relationship. I got the billiton from Jack.
I'm the plug, bro.
No, you got the what?
The Peloton.
The bulletin.
The Billabong Surf
I
Company.
got the-
All
All
right,
right.
let's
To
move
those
on.
listening, biltong is like an elevated form of
Beef jerky.
yes in South Africa. It's delicious. So, but we got a little sidetracked because you
Yeah.
guys wanted to beef over.
And
the
the truth
past.
comes out that you shady.
I am not shady.
But anyways,
I brought y'all both biltong.
Who did you give the Peloton to?
I told Jack to share the Peloton with you.
And we all know Jack can't be trusted.
I shared it with you, bro. I don't know. I gave you over 50%.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Because
Okay.
Brice is salty that he accidentally idled me out, and I
Yes.
accidentally did it to myself. So,
But I just was also proving to the point of Jack that you were saying that you should not use an advantage to bring in someone to the alliance, but also you should not use an advantage to cement an alliance.
yeah, I mean, I agree with that. So, so early, yeah, I we're on the same page. But do you think differently, or what do you
Well,
think?
to that, I will say that a lot of people nowadays share it's like loose lips out here nowadays. But what I will say, if we can go back a few seasons to Ghost Island,
Oh God.
me and my buddy Dom were close from the beginning. We got blindsided like third bootish, Brice bootish around there. and at that point, that was when just after a swap, the Navidi people came over. We thought we were working with them, and they were not working with us, so they could have their pick. They could blindside me, Dom, or Morgan. Thank goodness they voted for Morgan. Sad for Morgan. She's incredible. But me and Dom came back to camp, and we were just defeated. And like, what are we going to do? How are we going to fight to get through the next day? And we're down by the water just chatting. And Dom was like, yo, I got something. I got the idol. And I'm like, word. But at that point, we were already very close. And at that point, it was more so like, dude, let's do this.
Hail Mary.
Let's
Yeah.
use this. Let's figure this out. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It's not like, hey, when I got an idol, can we be friends? Or hey, when I got an idol, can we start? No, we were already cemented, and we had already taken a blow at that point. And that was something to kind of like give encouragement. So that was a different use, but it was him sharing this.
Here's a hot take. He should have kept that idol to himself.
No, but I do think that is the situation where, especially if you're like at the bottom with someone, you need to make a move.
No, I feel like we're all in agreement that is the time to share when you need to. Other than that, keep it to yourself.
Almost remember David versus Goliath when all of them came together with all of their little like powers.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was popping.
Yeah.
But
so
speaking
there are times
of Ghost Island, I feel like there was another thing that came about Ghost Island in the challenge.
Yes, there was. Do you want to jump to the challenge?
Should we talk about Big Mike first?
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's just jump over to the Vadi Green tribe.
Talk about sharing advantages.
But okay. Whew. So, okay, describe the Wendell.
Well, so we jump over to there was a commercial, then we got over to
What was
Vadi-
the commercial?
Not there was a commercial.
My notes are very specific.
Okay, so
gentlemen.
also
Don't do
let's
this.
just so real quick, because let me just take some time to clown Wendell. So Wendell and I watched Survivor together yesterday, and when I watch Survivor, I want to have a good time. I enjoy watching Survivor, Jack.
I think most people that watch Survivor would agree with that.
He ain't pull out the
Brice
charcuterie
is
board.
loud.
I am sorry. I'm that type of person that's like, what he say? What they do? And Wendell's like, be quiet. And so, Jack, I look over at Wendell. He is in the corner with his laptop on his lap. Like,
Diligent.
so the fact that
That's me in the library.
So the fact that he just said,
There was a commercial.
there was a commercial.
You got the actors in the commercial written down, Wendell?
Well, there was a
don't
commercial
say.
for the bootleg Survivor, which came on
Uh-huh.
after.
Did any of you watch that?
I watched it. We'll talk about that on a different podcast.
It looks like Survivor Borneo. Like,
Oh, yeah, it was hot, guy.
That was a good season. Shout out to Ramona.
So anyway, after the commercial, we're on the Vati, we're on the Vati tribe, the Green tribe. Mike is searching for an idol. He's like looking, and I'm, I had a feeling he was gonna find something. He finds the Beware Advantage, which is a three-way shared idol, where he has to say the term, "There is such grace in a game of soccer. It makes me cry."
Love that. I feel like this was one of the tweaks that they made that we have to see the other ones because I know something got to do something with potato, but I felt like you could assimilate this very easily into something that you would say.
I just was thinking, should we do a practice? Like if you were on the mat, how would you work this in? Okay. Y'all want to kick it off or?
All right, go ahead, Jackery.
Okay. I think I say, can one of you be Jeff ask me a question about, the challenge?
Jack, you guys lost the challenge by 3, but you never gave up. What were you thinking?
Man, Jeff, these challenges, they're so competitive. It's kind of like sports. I'm a big sports guy back home. I love soccer. When you're with a team, you like we are with our tribes, there's just so much going on. And it's like soccer, there's such grace in the game of soccer. It makes me cry. So battling with these people out here right now, it has me emotional. I love my tribe. And
I'm going to cry.
Yeah. So give me that. Let me get my vote back and give me that idol. But Brice, and this is me as Jeff Probst.
You don't say.
But
Brice,
Jack, you have to do it. You have to do it at the beginning, not after a challenge. Yeah. So do it like Jeff is talking to you before a challenge.
But wait, Wendell, after the commercial?
After the commercial. Can you hit me with another question just to get me in character?
And just for all intensive purposes, this is episode 4.
Okay. Is that relevant to what I would say?
I'm just not a third boot right now. Okay.
So you're since you're here, it's like,
I'm here.
He can't say anything to get him kicked off.
So you're saying you gotta say it. I guess you gotta say it before the challenge. But you could just tweak it. Be like going into this challenge. It's just my emotions are high. Like it's like playing sports. There's so much grace in the game of soccer. I love soccer. Like it makes me cry. Shit like
well,
that.
Jack, you did a great job answering the question on the fly, but Brice just didn't do a good job asking the question because he made it seem like it was after the challenge.
Sorry, it was the commercial break for me, Wendell.
But so. Do you want to try this out, Brice?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, Brice, surprised you're still here after the second episode. Going into this challenge today, is there a sense of cohesiveness that's developed between you and your team?
It is, Jeff. It's like it reminds me of when I was like 3 years old and I was playing soccer. We were all together and thinking about soccer. It did
So Brice didn't want to use the
You just
quote
pulled
at
a
all.
Brad. Yeah, you just pulled a Brad. Broccoli, I look like broccoli.
Look at my little head. It looks like broccoli.
That. All right, so Brice is not. If you see a Beware Advantage on second chance, do not grab it.
Leave it.
Yeah, I'm going to because I would mess the word. I would read the words wrong.
Like you just did. To activate this idol, you gotta say ISSA.
Okay.
ISSA.
Now, when Survivor does that, Wendell, third-time player, great to have you back. What are your thoughts before we get into this challenge and after this commercial break?
Well, Jeff, how's it going? It's good to see you. This challenge looks like it requires some serious grace.
He funny.
I can see that, and I'm a very emotional kind of guy, but I see that balance beam over there, and you know what? It reminds me of my childhood playing soccer. There's so much grace in the game of soccer, it makes me cry, and I just, I wouldn't have been good at that,
Jack.
but I would have been better than Brice.
But I live to see another day.
So this is Mike's advantage, his three-way shared idol that he now has no vote until it gets unlocked. But then we jump over to the Orange Tribe. Jonathan is showing Omar how to chop open the coconut.
Wait, can we backtrack real quick? I'm sorry, because a lot happened with Mike and that advantage that I don't know if you were gonna circle back to it, but I feel like it warrants.
Are you talking
discussion.
about him telling Jenny and whatnot?
I mean, I'm talking about him losing it. He loses.
That
it
comes
in the
up.
tree.
That comes up.
Okay, and then him telling like Daniel and stuff. Are we gonna?
Yeah, I think that comes. I think we get. Well, we could do that now if you want, but I think that comes up. I think that's a little cut.
All right, where my fault. I just want to make sure we talked about that because at some point.
I took very intricate notes, Jack.
I should never have doubted you. My fault. But
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed that.
Is it in your notes or should we just hop into it?
Well, let's hop into it. So what happened, Jack?
So Mike finds it and he loses his vote until all the idols are activated or the merge. It's the same thing as last season. And so in his mind, he's like, okay, I'm losing my vote. I kind of understand his logic. Now I might have to share this with someone so that they can help cover my back, because if I'm just out here with no vote, people are going to be making plans with me and I can't even like back that vote up. So he goes to Jenny, shares it with her. She seems like a very solid ally for him. And then he goes to Daniel, and he goes to show Daniel, and first and foremost loses where he hid the idol, which I thought was hilarious. Because he was like, I hid it at a fork in the road. And Daniel's like, there's 2,000 forks in the road here, Mike. Brice, what were you?
I was going to say, I think that it since words do matter, Mike did share with Jenny that he had an idol, but he said it was just a regular idol. He didn't share much to go with it. So I felt like, for me, I was just like, why are you not telling her everything? And I feel like that's a mistake. Now, mind you, we love Mike. We love Hoboken Mike, but it was very strategic of him not sharing that with her. And he shared everything with Daniel.
Yeah. With Daniel. So he finally finds the idol after running around looking for it forever. And he gives Daniel the whole breakdown about, what he has to say, things like that. And Daniel takes this information to Chanel, not necessarily maliciously towards Mike, but just to have that, because Daniel at this point, he and Chanel seem like pretty close allies. They want to use this information together to figure out the best way to handle Mike's possession of this advantage. And I actually think, and first and foremost, I like that he shared it with her. They can decide, do we cut Mike to avoid this advantage? Do we keep him around? But I think his kind of conclusion to convince Mike not to say the phrase at all was really, really, really smart and really underrated, because if Mike never says the phrase, you keep Mike with no vote. You keep all of the idols not active. And at this point, Mike's the only person who's found this beware advantage, but there might come a point where, people on the other tribe are waiting for someone else on another tribe to say their phrase. And it just kind of goes into a vicious cycle where no one wants to say it because they're worried nobody else will say it. And so by Daniel convincing Mike not to say it, at least for the time being, Daniel's ensuring that there's fewer people with votes in the game and there's no beware idols in the game, which I think was really, really smart and underrated from Daniel. So what were your thoughts on that?
Daniel, he had a quote. He said, I have all the knowledge and like none of the downside. I think that was something he said. And that's true, because Mike kind of showed him everything. So now he knows the quotes and he knows that people need to say it, and he knows the power and how the power can get stronger and stronger, these things. So, and I thought it was good and solidifying for him to tell that and share that with Chanel. And he said that he either doesn't want them to ever be activated. You can either vote Mike out or just tell him to say nothing. And that's a very smart take. So Daniel, this man is sharp. it was hilarious to see Mike looking for these idols. And then Mike posted something funny on his Instagram today. I don't know if you guys saw that.
About Stan Mike or which
No,
one?
it was him in the firehouse. He was looking for the idol. Like under the fire engine, and then his boys rolled up on him like, Mike, what are you doing? He's like, I'm still looking for the idol. They're like, well, keep looking.
Damn. I also thought it was so funny when Mike was explaining the twist to Daniel. This had me LOLing. When Mike was explaining it, and Daniel was like, oh wow, like Jeff did a really good job with this twist.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, you giving I thought it was such like a meta. Daniel's commentary really has me enjoying it, and
he's
great. I think Daniel handled the whole thing super well, because I think for me, you know, in things like South Africa where we played, I think the biggest thing that I like to do is share information with people that's kind of already openly accessible, and you're just kind of the first one there, because it's really not valuable information. Like I wouldn't want to share my advantage, but if I know someone else has an advantage, you share that with someone else, it's probably going to get out anyways. And now the person you share it with is like, oh, they came to me with this information, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. So I think Daniel really, really, really played this super well, and now kind of has like a really good lock on the whole dynamic of the tribe.
Yeah, I thought what Daniel did was great. I just worry that, well, one, I thought was so interesting, just like last season with Xander finding this idol and having like being somewhat forced to share it with other people. And so interesting, the same thing happened last season that happened this season. So I thought that was also interesting, because at the same time, I feel like Survivor is experimenting with this, and I definitely think this is something that should stay. But also with Mike, what took me out was Mike and that buff bun. Okay, him with the buff and the bun running around looking for it had me dying. And I took to the Twitters to say, like, not Mike with the buff bun trendsetter. And baby, the Twitter spheres quickly got me together and said that War Dog was the originator of the buff bun. And I said, and whoo.
Can you model it for us?
You got a buff. You got a buff. We should do a buff bun off.
I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I might have had a buff bun at some point too. But let's give it to our boy War Dog, friend of the show.
Yes.
How we gonna do this?
Okay. Let me
buffs
see.
Do you guys have?
I don't remember exactly what it looked like. Honestly, I was so busy laughing about.
See what I could do.
But I'll get some styles going.
Let me see what I can do over here.
Brice is gonna do something ridiculous.
No, because I only got one buff.
That's a lie.
I only got one buff. I was only one. So are we? Who am I revealing mine first?
I could use some style inspiration. I mean, should we all style off?
Okay. Okay. Mike might have had the buff bun, but I got the buff bag. Okay.
Do
the swoo-doo-doop.
Get that swoo-doo-doop out of here.
Okay. Mike Hoboken, what you got?
Hoboken Mike.
Hoboken. Words matter.
And Perp. I feel like I've seen you with this hairstyle before. We call it the rat tail at the top.
Don't do that.
How'd you get the bun at the top? I just got the beanie.
Oh. Not emo Jack.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, okay. I like that. Oh,
they should get an emo on Survivor.
All right, now everybody just smile.
They wouldn't share any advantage.
Hold on, mine ain't ready.
Wait, I gotta get the hair looking.
No, I like the hair like that, though, Jack. Now, describe to the people what we are doing, Wendell.
Yeah, so right about now, we all have buffs in buns. We all have the buff buns. We have myself.
I don't even see. Oh, can we get a top view of you, Wendell?
You can't see my top.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's looking.
You might have had that. That might have been the photo of you and Dom like.
So we have Jack rocking the what buff do you have, Jack?
I got the green tribe from this season. Is that the nope.
I will say it's the Vati tribe.
Vati, yeah.
And Jack is rocking the Vati tribe. He has his hair parted down the middle, Kind of his hair is growing a little longish, so it's kind of in his face a little. He's kind of doing a little Xander action right now, but the buff is looking sharp. And let's see the buff bun.
I don't know how to get the bun. I just got the. It's more of a beast style.
Hey, you gotta tie it in a knot and then put it up there. So get your life together, Mr.
We're not
Jack.
going with the Joe Anglim ruined the bun, so we're just going with the
no comment.
with the wizard hat.
For those watching, we have myself. I have the Ghost Island merge buff, the authentic. Right.
Was that actually the one you wore on?
The one that I wore on the island. It has the skull. It's a beautiful. This Ghost Island logo is probably one of the top logos that they've ever made.
I'd love to add that to my collection.
And then we have the purple one himself. Brice, what buff is that?
Salona.
Brice
Solana.
Doesn't even know the name of his tribe anymore, ladies and gentlemen. But he
Was
said
that
he's.
Is that the authentic one too,
They-
Brice?
this is the authentic one.
Oh, shit.
Brice, ladies and gentlemen, is wearing an authentic salami Brice buff. It has a purple weave sticking out the top of it. It has a bun. I don't know where the hair is coming from, but he has some purple curls. He's doing the most right now. Surprise, surprise. And his Survivor logo is upside down.
Is it, or is it the camera? Now, all right. Now let's all just get in the camera close so that people can take a look at us. Listen, I want to see these photos on Twitter. Who has the best Survivor buff bun? Hold on, wait. Maybe my bang might be in my eye. Hold on.
Did you take this photo or not? Are you taking it, Brice?
No, the viewers
fans?
will screenshot this for us. Oh, wait, where my hair go?
It's a
You should do
look.
a boomerang.
2023.
Okay, enough.
All
is
right.
enough. Back to business. Now, we got a little disorganized with how the episode was going because my good friends wanted to jump right to Mike losing the idol and telling everyone about it. But in between this, there was a time on the Taku tribe, the orangish, reddish, orange. Is it orange or red?
Orange-esque.
On the orange-esque tribe, where Jonathan shows Omar how to chop the coconut because he's over there, he's trying it, it's not looking so good. And Jonathan's like, maybe I could show you, and then you'll learn and you'll be able to do it better. And then we get a confessional from Jonathan where he says, I can look in Omar's eyes and I could see that he trusts me. Brice, your take?
Jonathan, do me a favor real quick.
Oh no. Okay, for those not watching, Brice just put his eyes very wide right up to the camera and something else very wide, and we're not even going to discuss
Oh
that.
God.
Oh. So then Omar calls them the odd couple. And
Omar is the brain shield.
yes. And John is the
Body shield.
Meat shield.
Me.
Keep it together.
Brice is losing it. Brice,
I could go.
Brice is gonna turn that shield into a sword.
I could go for a meat shield right about now. But okay.
Then Jonathan says that he and Lindsay are close and that he wants to get closer with Mariah. Then we have an emotional, is it a confessional from Mariah when she talks about her brother, James, who was the first healthcare worker to pass from COVID in the United States. I want to just take this moment to just send love to all the healthcare workers that have fought through this pandemic, all the first liners, responders. We appreciate you. We love you. And I'm sorry to hear about Mariah's brother. But yeah, we got that emotional confessional.
1,000%. And I think that sometimes when people go on Survivor, a lot of people, the one thing that resonated with me so much with Mariah was that a lot of people go on Survivor to win $1 million. And I feel like her purpose to go on Survivor was like to get healing, to get some type of closure. And I can distinctly remember season 30,
Mike
Holloway's season reminded me of Rodney, with his sister, and that, you know, when Rodney was out there, he felt as though he got the closure that he needed and didn't expect it. So I just much respect to Mariah for just being so vulnerable and sharing that. I definitely know what it's like to lose a brother, and just for her to be able to share that, and somehow, some weird way, there is the connection that you can connect with things that you don't normally every day that we try to like put away. The island has a weird way of bringing that out because there is no TV. There is no, you know, you're stuck with these people and you're stuck with your emotions. So I definitely loved her being so vulnerable and sharing that with us.
Agreed. And you all, when you go on that island, you have these like deep and profound things that sometimes come to you, and these experiences, like, because you're stripped down to the bare minimum, sometimes you have these moments and these epiphanies and other things. So I hope she was able to find, you know, some kind of closure or something out there in her time. Moving forward, we had another commercial.
What were they advertising?
Probably that's that other show
Other
again
show.
that comes on after Survivor.
I feel like Ray
What was it
Lewis is
called?
getting more screen time than Heather out here.
It was Meta World Peace for me.
It was the girl from Full House. What was it?
Oh,
Stephanie Tanner.
Jody Sweeney or something.
Yeah, she was out there. And then the lady from New York Housewives. What is it? I don't watch any of these shows.
Wait, New York Housewives, Alex, Jill, who?
A lady with
Red
she's
hair?
a black woman. Nah. She's an attorney.
Oh, she was from the last season. Oh, okay.
Man, you should have seen her in the quicksand. They had to wade through quicksand, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, they were getting stuck. Anyway,
Damn.
this is not what is that show called?
Survivor Borneo.
Well, this is not a whatever that show's called podcast, but it's fun. It's kind of fun to watch, I guess. Anyway, I'm not bashing that show. We had that commercial. Now it's day 5. It's a challenge. It is a challenge for immunity and reward. The first tribe will get this massive fishing gear kit. Second tribe will get a little less fishing gear. Third tribe will get to go to tribal council and vote somebody out.
What a reward.
What a reward. Marianne pulls up. She sees that her crush, Zach, got voted out. And she tells everyone that her crush got voted out. She says she has a 100% rejection rate with people that she likes. Brice, what's your rejection rate with people that you like?
About 96.
Oh.
So no, I felt that. Again, here's the thing that I love about Marianne is, we think that she's so funny, but in these moments of vulnerability that she shares with such lighthearted, there has been a time in my life that I have felt that way. And just for her to share that, and also wants me to just say, like, sis, you are a beautiful queen. And to anybody that is rejecting you, they don't see your worth and they aren't worthy of the Marianne-ness that you are. And you are beautiful, you are deserving, and we love you. Period.
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 I'm sure her DM's probably flooded with some potential suitors right now. So, but yeah, like you said, I love her transparency. Like, and she said that, you know, at the marooning too. She was just, anything that comes to her mind, she's just putting it out there. And it's always so funny and charismatic and open and honest. So I thought that was such a funny storyline to introduce, kind of reminiscent of the Billy Garcia Candace romance from Cook Islands. But yeah, it was a really funny start to the challenge. But
Jack, would you announce your crush on Survivor?
I think if they went home, I would probably, I'd be more than happy to be like,
she
hate to see the loss.
Brice, would you announce your crush on Survivor?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would
Not while they're in the game, though.
I mean, I think I would. I think that so So there's a different level in crushes and also like being able to admire a zaddy. I think that I would admire zaddies. I don't think that I would reveal crushes, like somebody that I actually thought that they were potential.
Yeah.
But also, you know, in my day and age of Survivor, there was only ever one token gay player. So, you know, who know, like, you know, like, I mean, the possibilities
are now endless. Now I was on a season where someone revealed their crush on Winners at War. Our good friend Nick Wilson told Parv that she was his Survivor crush. Nick Wilson did better than both of us on that season. So, I mean, there's that. So
Nick said, when I was 12 years old, I loved you.
Yeah.
We love Nick Wilson though.
Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. This is the blindfold challenge where there is one caller on a platform and he has to send these groups out, or he or she, they have to send these groups out to go retrieve puzzle pieces while they're blindfolded through an obstacle course. Very fun challenge to watch. We had this challenge on Ghost Island. That was awesome. And yeah, what did you guys think of the challenge? Lydia was a great caller. By the way.
First of all, Queen Lydia, love her. Freaky as freak vibes. This challenge was a little triggering for me because this was the challenge after on Cagayan. After I got eliminated, this was the next episode challenge. So I felt little ways about it, but I love the challenge. I think that I would have been a great caller. A lot of pieces to manage. I think that Lydia did okay. I think Jonathan kind of sort of drowned a little bit in the beginning. And I think that Drea held her own consistently.
Jonathan sounded like a professional wrestler when he was screaming. But
he would have got me to where I was going now.
Marianne ran into something, and the expletive that she chose to use was shivel sticks, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
and then we had Mike running. I think it was Mike, right? Or no, Roxroy. Ran ball first, and it cuts to Daniel be like, "Gotta protect the nuts, Roxroy." Just dead serious. Daniel had a lot of good one-liners this episode. I thought it was so funny.
He was.
And then it cut back to. Bench. And then it cut back to Roxford being like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm never a big fan of the blindfold challenges, I'll be honest with you. And I feel like I've seen a lot of the Survivor fandom being like, why do they keep doing it? It's a good way for people to get hurt, for one. And I don't know. It was a very exciting. It was a very exciting. Well, I will say, I know in Second Chances they did the blindfold challenges where they have to move like the huge pieces.
Oh,
that I feel like is because you drop one on like your shin or something. I mean, Daniel's gonna be like, gotta protect the shin, Wendell, or something like that. But this one was solid, and it came down to the wire, which was really exciting to watch. And I was thinking Blue was gonna lose, so I was definitely surprised when the Green Tribe. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the Orange
Green Tribe won. So in Ghost Island, Green Tribe won too. So Green Tribe won this one. Blue came in second, and the Red Taku Tribe loses. And that means that they gotta go to Tribal. We get back to the Red Tribe. Omar says to Jonathan that it's gonna be Mariah or Marianne. Mariah says to Marianne. Mariah says it should be Marianne because of how frazzled she gets and whatnot. Marianne says it should be Mariah. Obviously, these two are going to be gunning for each other. Marianne starts looking for an idol. Lindsay and Mariah see her. What did she say? She said something.
I'm just looking for those plants that you were looking for before that we can eat. I was like, Marianne.
Like, that's what you want to look for right now?
Yeah. It was a very cut and dry vote, it seemed like. I mean, I think Jonathan, Omar, and Lindsay have a really good core of three that I could see going deep into the game. So it was really just weighing the pros and the cons between cutting each of them. Marianne knew they were going for Mariah, and Mariah knew they were going for Marianne. But I did like the sort of, character building that came out of it. Like, I thought this was a great episode. Tribal was not the most exciting, but not every tribal is going to be crazy. So if you could set up these characters where going forward, each boot is going to have more weight and all those blind sides are going to hit harder. I mean, that's about as much as you can ask for in a sort of cut and dry vote like this.
I also think that it is good. I've never been able to be in the majority of this, but I also think it was really well how Omar, Jonathan, and who was the other person? Lindsay. I think it was great how they, instead of letting chaos ensue, like I liked how they came to the consensus and then approached each of the other person to in the event that they had an idol, an event to like, there was a method to that. And I thought that was like thinking back to Cagayan, the crowd control that Garrett might have maybe wanted to sort of have, but could not pull it off.
Yeah.
And also that could be a result of this shot in the dark being in play. Like, all right, now we got to really be smart
Manage
with how we,
we
navigate these blind sides.
Yeah. So I also realized with last season, remember I could not understand the numbers of the shot in the dark. So I now get it that it is more beneficial to use the shot in the dark when you're on these tribes as opposed to like in the merge. Or no, I'm wrong again.
Why do you say that, Brice?
Because the numbers are smaller.
But Brice, it's always a 1 in 6 chance in that shot in the dark.
Even when you merge?
Right or wrong?
Well, I think it's always 1 in 6, but I don't disagree with Brice though, because as the numbers go down, your likelihood of getting voted out in theory goes up. So the benefit of playing the shot in the dark is more valuable.
Your likelihood if people use it.
Like your vote, but your vote does matter more. I guess it's kind of linear. Like, say there's 100 people on your tribe and you have a 1 in 6 chance at safety. It's like there's not really a reason to use it, I guess. But it's also like if you lose your vote, it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah.
No, it is interesting to think about because the value of the safety is more important when there's fewer people, right? But the value of your vote is also more important.
Right.
But I do think if you're more confident you're going home, it's more valuable to use it.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
So yeah.
But how is it still 1 in 6 when we merge and we merge at 10?
Because there will always be it's always going to be a shot in 6 at getting it. So,
okay. Yeah. I think
because they don't want to make it like a 1 in 12 when it's at the merge, because that's just so.
The odds are always that. The
odds
are
so it's all okay. So I don't think y'all explained that last time, but now I get it. Okay.
Although last season, wasn't there like an episode where maybe I'm misremembering, where they put like it was like a 2 in, there was like 2 of them, or maybe there was they made it so there was 12 scrolls with 2 say so 2 and 12
so still 1 in okay
all right. As opposed to another way to do it would be as people draw and get to
take them out.
So now, next one will be 1 in 5.
I like that, but then
that's a little overpowered because say it becomes like 1 in. Well, it would be. It's like so. Say it gets down to like 1 in 3, right? Like you have such a good chance, but it's like if you gamble and you lose, then 1 vote is now if someone doesn't gamble, then they have a vote that ties it up.
That can get dangerous.
But couldn't it also get dangerous? Well, I'm just saying, like, if they take them out, but then like you get down to 3, 4 people, and then that like it would. I don't know. You could just use it strategically to like, okay, if Wendell just went home and he played it and he didn't, then listen, I'm rolling the die. Like,
I think they replace them.
They do, but we were just tweaking the rule.
Oh yeah. If it's like less and less every time. Yeah, no, it is interesting because there's that. It's like that. It's like a linear payoff between like how much your vote matters, but how much like your odds of being safe matter.
Right.
I actually like the shot in the dark a lot. If you're getting into tribal, because it's not super strong. Like it's just a 1 in 6 chance, but that small chance can really change players' thinking. Like Marianne says in tribal, she's like, you could have your plan A, sub plan A, and then you might go to your plan B, sub plan B, and then plan C, all because of this one little thing. And honestly, I feel like a lot of times I might overthink, my contingency plans, because my thinking here, and we talked about this a little bit last week, Brice, was if Marianne and Mariah both know that they're the 2 targets, it's clear. Their individual vote doesn't matter, so they should both, play their shot in the dark, in my opinion. And if I'm one of the 3, I don't know if there's only I guess if there's 6 scrolls and only one shot, like one safe, then it doesn't matter. But my sort of thinking was, say somehow they both do it and they're both safe. Now that it's your alliance of 3, so maybe it makes sense to like, or I was thinking of something during the episode. I was like, maybe there's a situation where you want to like split the vote onto like someone else just in case, or if like, I don't know. It adds a lot of like layers of thinking because.
Not to cut you off while you ponder this.
No, you're good. I don't even know.
Yeah, you still pondering. We don't know if Marianne played that extra vote because Jeff only read.
She didn't. Because
Jeff only read 3 votes.
I don't think she.
It wouldn't make sense because.
But she wouldn't know though. Like,
no, it would because if they're choosing to vote for either her or Mariah, then that amount of votes will be more than that her and an extra vote.
Yeah. That's why if I'm Marianne, I'd probably just play my shot in the dark too, because it's like,
what's the point? Yeah, like okay, that makes sense.
Your vote doesn't really matter.
But that's one way to do it.
That is one way to do it.
But then you come back and they're like, "What? You didn't trust us?"
Well, that's what we talked about last week. That's like the down because I was saying, if Tori knows it's between her and Zach, maybe Tori should have played her shot in the dark too. But it's just like then it's like that benefit of that 1 in 6 safety, but the downside is you're sort of telling your alliance like, hey, I was worried. So,
but I mean, my argument to that was, I'm gonna be worried. My name is coming up.
Well, or I guess, I think if you go back to camp, you could be like, A, what if they played an idol? So I want to be safe. B, I think you could just say the same logic, be like, look, if it was between me and them, I trusted you guys 99%. But on that 1% chance that you guys are coming for me, my vote doesn't matter either way. So I'm just going to play it and try to be safe. So we didn't see it a lot we've already seen it more in 42 than we did in 41. And I think it is a good little, like, it's a low chance. It's not super strong, but it makes people think about contingency plans. And the best players, like we talked about last week, Brice, with these little twists where you have to get creative, the best players are going to make their contingency plans properly. And the bad players are going to fumble a little bit. And that could even be making too many contingency plans. Like you could be overthinking it and then screw yourself over. So I thought it was pretty interesting.
Also though, go ahead.
I was going to say, and ultimately who goes home?
Yeah. Ultimately Mariah goes home.
But wait, finish the statement. Me and Mariah
go back like babies and pacifier. Oh, dirty dog, no liar. Keep the fantasy hot like fire. Jump, let me see you do the stuff. Girls, let me see you shake your rump. Fellas, do it from the back and up and just do it. I'm out of that country.
Okay.
Is that too much?
That was right. I was just waiting for the Mariah part, but okay.
Can you guys send me these songs in advance so I can learn them?
Damn, Jack, that was
Jack
90s,
Harlow
brother.
next episode.
Jack, you weren't born yet, brother.
It comes with the know-it-all.
It does.
Yeah, that's all I got.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited Survivor News is back. The 3 baby boys are back. Go ahead, Jack.
I just want to real quick. I mean, if you guys were in the shoes of Jonathan, Lindsay, and Omar, what would you have picked? Would you have sent home Marianne or would you have sent home Mariah? And we touched on this a little bit in the beginning of the episode, but I just want to hear your thoughts.
I think I would have probably, no shade, I probably would have sent Mariah home, only in the sense of my thinking that if Marianne's energy is rubbing people the wrong way, I want to get close with her and I want to make her one of my stronger alliances.
Okay. And I hear that. I question, because Marianne is a lot, like she's a over the top personality, right? But an edit can do a lot also. So
True.
We could be seeing a lot of that out of, like, so I don't know, maybe she's more maybe
Mellow.
Or just like those like larger than life moments aren't as much as I don't know. So
honestly, I feel like if I were out there, I don't think it would be Mariah or Marianne going home, because
who do you think it would be?
I would probably target Jonathan.
What?
I mean,
I just meant from the perspective of that alliance, but like, why? If you were, so say you were in Omar's shoes and you were playing instead of Omar and you had your own views, why would you target Jonathan?
I mean, for me,
He's too much of a zaddy.
I mean,
Yeah, you'd be in love. What are you talking about?
listen, lust, not love.
would-
But I'm just saying, if I were out there and if I were in the Omar position, I probably would identify and connect more with Marianne and Mariah. And I think that we would be a tighter core. And I don't know if I would want to sacrifice any of them.
Well, I see that as a potential alliance for you for sure. But Jonathan over Lindsay, you think?
Or I mean, maybe even Lindsay
Just,
too. But
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I was just actually, when I thought about the question, I said, actually, like, me being out there could possibly change the dynamic. And not that we would be in an alliance, but I'm just saying that, like, I might have I don't know, but Jonathan could have told me to look into his eyes and listen, it would have been Mariah. So I don't know.
At the end of the day, you would have wanted to be on that tribe with Jonathan as long as possible.
You're right.
So we know that
maybe one day he'll know I exist. Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan Stan podcast, Meet Shield podcast. We here.
So ultimately our girl Mariah goes home, sadly. And then there were 15? Are we at 15 now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the ultimate third boot. Excited to welcome Mariah to the club. It has been so much fun. Survivor News is back. I'm so excited to have Jack Wendell here breaking us down. I am looking forward to the next episode, which will bring another Survivor News episode. But before we go, it's important for Wendell to let the people know what is happening April 6th in the nation's capital.
Oh, for sure. We are having Brice and Wen present the District 42 at Proper 21K. We are watching Survivor on April 6th, 8 p.m. Get your tickets. Link in my bio, link in the Brice and Wen present bio, maybe link in Brice's bio. If you want to grab your tickets, we have some good guests coming and a very, very special surprise guest will be in the building.
And it's just like honey, where your love comes over me. Oh, baby, I got a dependency, and it's you're a taste of your honey. So show me whatever you want from me, and show me whatever you want from me, and honeycomb, and honeycomb. Listen, we are singing Mariah Carey in homage to our girl Mariah, the third boot, and that is this week's Purple Pants Podcast, Survivor News.
Hell yeah.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind. You better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better get your snack and hurry right back up.